Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kaylin, and today I've got a workout specifically focused on the lower back. So this is for people who have maybe some low back pain or discomfort or tension. We're gonna focus on exercises and movements today to release some of that tightness. So we are gonna also work on some abdominal activation, so core activation, because since that is going to help to support that low back as well. So we're going to do a little bit of that too. We're also going to work on some spinal lengthening, some side body opening, and some hip releasing too. So all of those things should make your low back feel a lot better. So one thing we need today is going to be a small towel. So rectangular towel, think bath or kitchen towel for that. We're just going to put it off to the side for now. We will grab it in a moment, but just go ahead and leave it there and meet me on your back. And coming all the way down, you'll keep your knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're just going to start with a little bit of breath work. So I want you to go ahead and bring your hands onto your rib cage. So just letting the shoulder blades open down and back. I want you to take a big inhale, sending your breath into your ribs. And then exhale, let it go. And again, deep breath in, inhaling into the ribs. And exhale, release. And I want you to think of sending the breath into the back of the ribs as well. So the ribs expand into the mat. So getting some movement into the back body. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, release. Let's just do one more. Inhale, front to back, side to side. And exhale, release. All right, now bring your hands onto your pelvis. So we're gonna do some pelvic rocking next. So we're gonna take that deep breath in first. On the exhale, go ahead and flatten your low back into the mat as you tip your pubic bone up towards the ceiling. And then inhale back to that neutral position. And then exhale again, flatten the low back, tailbone lifts, inhale back to neutral. So this is just getting some movement, some mobility in that lumbar spine. You should feel some nice release here. Do one more just like that. Exhale, flatten, pull the belly button down towards the floor, and then inhale, release. Now you're gonna start to move the pelvis into circles. So think of drawing a circle with the back of the pelvis around on the floor. So you're going to use a little bit of side motion, a little bit of that flexion that we just did, and maybe a little bit of arching of the spine, not too much. I don't want you to feel too much of that tightness, that shortening. And then I want you to reverse the circles, going opposite direction. This is just going to release that low back just a little bit more, finding a little bit more of that mobility. These exercises are really nice to do right when you wake up before you even get out of bed, just to get some blood flowing to that area and just start to loosen things up. Last one. And then go ahead and bring it to that neutral position. All right, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest and just do some knee circles. So you're kind of doing basically that pelvic circle or similar that you just did, but now with the knees pulled in, you can get a bigger range of motion. And then go ahead and circle it opposite direction. All right. And now I want you to go ahead and take the feet to the floor and now grab your towel here. So we're gonna set up for some low bridge. So we're gonna move the spine just in a bigger motion as we lift the hips up just a little bit higher. So I want you to take your towel in your hands just like this and draw the arms up towards the ceiling. So you've got some tension in your towel. Feet are hip distance apart, nice and flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in here. On the exhale, start to flatten your low back as you start to roll the spine, the lower spine up and off the mat. So I don't want you to come super high. I want your kind of upper middle part of your back still on the mat. So just lifting the lower back off. Take an inhale as the arms reach back along the floor or as far as they can go to get back. And then exhale, keep reaching the arms in that direction as you roll the spine down one bone at a time in the other direction till that pelvis releases. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, flatten the low back, rolling up again, just that lower part of your spine, kind of lower middle, lifting up. Good. Now inhale, arms reach back, keep those hips lifted, and then you roll the spine down bone by bone and release. Good. Arms lift up again. Exhale, rolling up, stepping into the feet. Maybe you come a little bit higher, but as soon as you feel that back start to shorten, I want you to stop there. I want you to think of more having length in the front and back body, not shortening through the back body. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, rolling down. Bone by bone, release that pelvis. Arms lift. One more just like that. Exhale, peel off, tucking that tailbone. And then maybe you come a little bit higher to the tips of the shoulders, but don't arch the back. Keep the back of the ribs pulling down. Inhale, arms come back. Exhale, lowering down, bone by bone. Pelvis releases and those arms lift. All right, now go ahead and take the arms up towards the ceiling, and we're gonna take the feet wide. And we're going to take the knees over to the left. Maybe the arms come over to the right, if that feels okay. So just a little rotation. And then come back up to center, and then over to the other side. Knees to the right, arms to the left. Good, back to center. Good, and again, knees to the left. This time, see if the arms can come up and overhead to the right. Instead of at chest height, they're overhead along the floor. Good, bring it back up to center. Other side, reaching arms up and over to the left, knees to the right. Good, one more time. Again, arms can stay more at chest height if that works better for you. Just getting a little bit of that thoracic twist, that thoracic movement. Good, and then coming back up to center. All right, now we're gonna take the right knee, we're gonna pull it into the chest. Now there's an option to use the towel here. If your hamstrings are tight, you might grab on to your thigh with the towel, and then you can reach and extend that leg up towards the ceiling and then start to point and flex. Okay, now, or maybe you come and reach around the calf if that's okay too, just pointing and flexing. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can take the towel off and just bring your hands behind your thigh and point and flex like that. I just want you to get a little bit more length through the back of the leg, the hamstring here, and you should feel that stretch maybe a little bit along the back of that glute, that right glute as well. Good. And one more breath here, and then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. All right, placing that right foot on the floor. Let's go ahead and switch, left knee in. Again, use your towel or your hands and extend that leg up and point and flex that ankle. Sometimes back tightness can be a result of the whole back body being tight, starting at the hamstrings, the calves, the glutes. So lots of reasons. The hips can be really tight. It's always good to just find a little bit more release and mobility along the back body. And then go ahead and take that knee, bend it, and then bring both feet down to the mat. Now go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and either roll to your side to sit up or rock yourself up to seated. And all you're gonna do is grab your towel. You're gonna take it and you're gonna lay it the long way so that your head or your back and your head are gonna be on that towel. And the towel is about, I don't know, about a couple inches from the top of your head. And you've got your feet on your mat here, and we are gonna hold the towel, the top corners of the towel in our hands. So feet can be on the floor, or the legs are gonna come into tabletop if you want a little bit of additional core work, okay? So I want you to go ahead and take the legs wherever you feel most comfortable. Legs in tabletop. Make sure that you're not arching your back. Keep the back of those ribs pulling down. We're gonna do an abdominal curl. So we're gonna take an inhale here. On the exhale, slide the shoulders down, start to lift the hands. The towel is gonna help lift the upper body up into a little abdominal curl. And then we inhale to lower. And we do that again. Exhale, lift. And inhale to lower. The towel is nice because it helps support the neck and the head as you come up into that abdominal curl. So you can get a nice even curve as you lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Again, feet down is perfectly fine if that's a little bit more supportive. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. I want you to do 3 more wherever your legs are at. Inhale, lower. Last 2. Lower. And last one, exhale. And inhale to lower. Very nice. Now on our next one, everyone's gonna lift into their abdominal curl. Hold that, legs come into tabletop. Right leg is gonna pull in, left leg reaches out, and then we switch. And switch, nice and slow. Legs don't have to come super low. You don't wanna feel any tension in that lower back. Again, working that core here. Good, and switch. One more each side. Good. And then bring both knees in and lower it all the way back down. Good, bring the knees into the chest and just rock here side to side. All right, next one is gonna be our single straight leg stretch. So this one, we're gonna lift the upper body up without the towel this time. So I want you to go ahead, come into that abdominal curl. I want you to straighten your legs, hands behind the right thigh. Left leg is gonna reach away. And then we, with control, switch. And switch and reach. Again, getting that core work here, shoulders down. Don't, again, go so low that that back starts to arch. Even feel a little flattening of that lower back into the mat. One more left side. Good, and then lower down, bring the knees into the chest, release the shoulders. All right, last abdominal exercise we're gonna do here. So we are going to bring the knees in towards the chest with the head, neck, and shoulders down. And now we're gonna exhale, roll into our abdominal curl. As you straighten the legs up towards the ceiling, reach those heels up, flex through those ankles. Inhale, lower down, bend the knees into the chest. Exhale, lifting up, sliding the arms away from the body, extending the legs up, heels, reach. Good, inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Good, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and reach, extend. One more, inhale down. Exhale, lift. Now see if you can bring your hands behind the shins, lift that upper body up just a little bit higher, and then lower it all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest and rock side to side. All right, again, roll yourself to the side or rock up to a seated position. We're gonna take a quick break, get a quick sip of water, and I'll meet you right back here. All right, go ahead and sit facing the end of your mat. And your feet will be flat, knees will be bent. You'll have your hands behind your thighs. We're gonna use our arms here for a little bit of extra support. So shoulders down and back, you're sitting right on top of those sitting bones. We're gonna take a nice inhale here, tall spine. Exhale, you're gonna start to tuck the tailbone under as you scoop the belly back, straighten the arms, but the hands stay connected to the thighs. So think of a C curve from your pelvis to your crown of your head. Take an inhale here. Exhale, scoop the belly as you start to bring yourself back up. Use the arms if you need to, and then we sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly back, round the spine. So this is our flexion, really opening that back body. Inhale here. Exhale, belly scoops back as we round back up, and then we lift it tall. Good, exhale, scoop. Tucking that tailbone under, opening that back body. And then keep that back body opening as you bring it forward, and then we lengthen up. 2 more just like that. Exhale. Straightening those arms as you bring it back. And inhale. And then lift up nice and tall. Last one. Exhale, scoop. Extending those arms. Good, forward. And all the way back up. All right, so now I want you to take your towel and I want you to fold it. I know it's small. Fold it into a smaller kind of square here, just like this. And I want you to prop your sitting bones right on top of it. So just to give you a little bit of extra lift, just a little extra height. And then extend your legs out a little wider than mat distance apart. Now, you may need to bend your knees here in this position in order to get a tall spine. Or you can straighten your legs if that's doable for you in this seated position. All right, so arms are forward. Nice tall spine here. Take that inhale. This is called spine stretch. Exhale, we're gonna bring chin to chest. Peel the spine forward. I don't want you to collapse into the floor. I want you to keep pulling the belly back. So lower back is pulling back behind you as you reach that upper body forward. Arms stay parallel with the floor. And then we're gonna stack the spine back up on the exhale, all the way up. So we're imagining we're sitting against a wall. Inhale at the top, chin to chest. We peel the spine off the wall, one vertebra at a time, but the low back still stays connected to the wall as we reach forward. And then we stack it back up. Low back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, and head. And again, chin to chest, peeling it forward. Think of like you're rounding up and over a big beach ball, so you're not collapsing into that lower part of your body. Inhale, lift. And again, chin to chest, peeling it forward. This is why it's called spine stretch, because you're trying to stretch your spine apart, lengthening. Good, lift. Let's do one more just like that. Exhale, bring it forward. Now this time I want you to hold here in this rounded position. And now let the upper body come a little bit more forward. Hands can come to the mat. If you want to flex through your ankles, maybe grab onto your legs or your feet and find a little bit more of a deeper stretch into that low back and maybe into the hamstrings as well. Try to bring yourself a little bit closer towards the floor. I didn't say close, I said closer, so it doesn't matter how far you go. Good, one more breath. And then go ahead and stack the spine all the way up to a seated position. All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip on over into all fours. So go ahead and let the towel just come off to the side. Come onto hands and knees. You're gonna do a cat and cow here. So hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. I want you to inhale. You're gonna find a little bit of an expansion, but I don't want you to arch your back too much. And then we're gonna exhale, tuck the tailbone under, find some deep flexion as you round. And then inhale through center. Slight arch, nothing big. And then exhale, round. Dropping your head, lifting your belly. And again, inhale through center. Exhale, round. Good, one more, inhale. And exhale, round. Hold this rounded position and then wiggle the hips here slowly side to side. And wiggling the hips, maybe the upper body, shoulder comes towards that hip. That's just gonna help open that side body, that lower back just a little bit more. Good, do one more each side. All right, now find that lengthened spine again. And now we're gonna transfer our weight to our left hand and left knee. You're gonna extend your right leg, toes on the floor, and then open up this side body. So I want your right side here nice and long, left knee's down, and take that right arm and you're gonna reach it overhead. Make sure that left shoulder is down your back and really reach. This is gonna help open up here, this whole top side. Don't let your ribs pop, so make sure you're using your glutes, pressing your hips forward as you pull your ribs back in space. I want you to go ahead and take that top arm, reach it forward, kind of feel like you're reaching it as far as you can towards me, and then go ahead and bring it back overhead. And do that again. Go ahead and start to sweep it forward, reaching, and then go ahead and bring it back. One more like that, forward and reach, and then go ahead and bring it back. Lift the hips up a little higher, A little bit more deeper side stretch, and then go ahead and come back down into all fours. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the other side. You guys can stay right where you are. And now you're gonna transfer weight to right hand, right knee, left leg will come back along the floor. We come into that modified side plank here. Take that top arm, reach it overhead. Good, get this beautiful length from toes to fingers. Right shoulder sliding down your back, glutes engaged. Good, now take this top arm, you're gonna bring it forward towards either me, or if you're facing opposite direction, other way, reach it forward, and then go ahead and bring it back. Good, and then reach it forward in front of you. Good, and bring it back. Nice, reach. And back. We're gonna do one more just like that. Reach. This is just helping to find more space into that upper back. Good, bring it back overhead. Now lift the hips, lift the ribs a little higher. And then go ahead and come back down into all fours. All right, so now I want you to go ahead and come on up onto your knees. And I want you to take your right knee, or right foot, I'm sorry, and bring that foot forward. And so now we're into a lunge stretch here. So we're sinking down just a little bit more into this left hip flexor, finding a stretch there in the front of that left hip. Shoulders are down and back. Your core is still lifted and engaged, so we're not sinking into the low back, but we want to keep it nice and supported. So this is where we're releasing those hips, hip flexors a little bit more. This can definitely cause some lower back tightness. Good, one more breath here. All right, and then go ahead and come back onto that left knee, sweep that right leg back and around, and then we'll switch to the other side. So left leg coming forward. Go ahead and start to come forward more into that left knee, right hip, staying nice and open. Again, shoulders back, core pulling in and up. Good, deep breath in here. Good, exhale. Good, another deep breath in. Good, exhale, shoulders down. One more breath here. All right, coming back onto that right knee, sweep that left knee back. Then I want you to go ahead and sit down, and you're gonna come to a seated butterfly stretch. So just getting a little bit wider into those hips. So kind of bring those feet together, knees wide, grab onto your feet, bring your feet in towards you, shoulders down. What we're trying to do is we're trying to open those hips as we open the knees and press them down towards the floor. And again, just getting those hips released. Try to find that long spine, shoulders down and back, core pulling in. Maybe if you can get a deeper hip stretch, you start to fold forward just a little bit, keeping that nice flat back here. Good, one more breath. And then sitting back up, go ahead and take your right leg. You're gonna bring it underneath you so that right foot is coming back towards the other glute. And then you're gonna cross the other leg over. So this is could be difficult for your hips. If it is, take the bottom leg that's under you and reach it long and extend it. We're just gonna get a little twist here. So with the legs here in this position, you want your glutes to be evenly weighted on both sides. Go ahead and use your hands, pull onto that front leg as you lift up nice and tall. Now you're gonna take your opposite arm of the leg that's in front, you're gonna take that one and wrap it around that leg and then look over that opposite shoulder. So just getting that nice twist. You should get a nice stretch too of the glute of that leg that's in front. Again, looking over that shoulder, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Good, and then go ahead and sweep it back through center. Quick counter stretch, other side. Good, and then bring it back forward. All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch. So Opposite leg down, again, crossing over. Do what you can, or straighten this leg that's underneath, and then sit up nice and tall. All right, go ahead and take that opposite arm and then switch, reaching over that other shoulder. Oh, it feels so good. Honestly, I feel like this is just as much of a good twist as it is a good glute stretch for this front leg. Good, one more breath here. Exhale, go a little farther. Good, bring it back through center, other side, quick counter stretch. And then bring it back to center. So hopefully your low back feels so much better after that, just a little bit more released. Still good core strength, still good support. So part of getting some relief in that lower back is working that core, finding that strength, that support and that stability. So that's why Pilates is so good for lower back pain, discomfort. So hopefully you did enjoy that. If you have any questions about anything, please go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you're interested in checking out another video today, I'm gonna go ahead and link one that I think would be great for you up here, and then down here is gonna be my last workout before this one. So go ahead and check those out. If you have, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.